Yo guys, what up? Today we have the curious case of one of the weirdest catfishes we've ever seen in the VTubing sphere. Now, as you guys probably know, the VTubing world is kind of fun. It's very mystical and magical because people can go and become anything they want, whether it becomes like an anime girl, a cat girl, dog girl, and I've seen some people that are literally like succubuses in space. But one thing that kind of mirrors the whole VTubing sphere is because you become anything, there's a lot of things that are kind of hidden underneath the scenes. And a lot of VTubers, especially while there's so much drama over there, there's a lot of anonymity. And I only say that because I don't know how to say that word. I just remind myself of Finding Nemo. But when it comes to that, we have seen some problems that pop up. And this is a big one because right now we are actually having a VTuber, more so in the case of a PNG tuber. I know there's sometimes a debate behind that one. If you guys don't know the difference, like a VTuber usually uses 2D modeling and like kind of tracks it. And then PNG tubers are like more so the starting out type folks. But still, I'd probably say it's a VTuber. You guys can let me know down below. But right now, this one League of Legends streamer known as L9 Soraka got called out and exposed for pretending to be a woman. And not only pretending to be a woman and being a catfish, they were also exposed of using their ex-girlfriend's photos to go and kind of push that catfish. And now it's getting exposed as of right this second because this is bad. Now, obviously in the VTubing sphere, there's a lot of people who like fake relationships, fake how old they are, fake who they are in the first place because no one can really hold you accountable. And this is kind of the case over here, out here, where Emilia went and called them out with the big Google Doc. We're gonna break it down with you guys, and I would love to hear your thoughts and comments on all this craziness down below. And of course, I'm a League of Legends guy if you guys know me, and this is a pure League of Legends drama, so let's go and talk about it. Subscribe if you guys are new, leave your thoughts and comments down below with the Twitter or Twitch yourselves if you guys want to follow, and if not, no worries, enjoy the stream, show, YouTube, whatever this is. I don't know, it's late at night, I'm just kind of chilling. So we have this post over here. I've just been getting a lot of traction and saying, hey guys, this was really tough for me to make, but recently I've been supporting a streamer. However, that person isn't who they say they are. I feel that it was only right for me to share what I know, that L9 Soraka is a catfish. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit more because there's like more that's added these last few hours and why I'm making this video, but they're just calling them out saying L9 Soraka is not a girl, but it was a man who went by 0EXP before creating this brand new persona and basically lying to people and saying that they were a woman to kind of get, I guess, the easier internet clout. As you guys may or may not know, this has been usually up to debate. I usually would say that women do typically get an easier amount of viewers quicker. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have it easier. A lot of women still have to work very hard and also to maintain viewers. And sometimes you kind of get like pervy weirdos that just find out you're a girl. And, you know, women have their own issues in that. But I think a lot of people online can probably say, hey, you're a girl. People slide up in your DMs, send messages, check out your stream, whatever it might be. So they say, hi, Emilia here. First of all, I really didn't want to make this document because L9 Soraka has been nothing but nice to me. So you know it's going to be good. And it does actually ramp up more throughout this. I don't generally care about things like being duo boosted, but I can't condone catfishing, and the people supporting a catfish deserve to know. Because at this point, they were tricking. They were lying using their ex-girlfriend's photos to pretend that they were a woman, which was crazy because it was kind of working. And as well on their stream, I believe they had no webcam, no microphone, complete mute. And like, I'm like, how do people even fall for this at the end of the day? But I guess like, I guess that just happens. It is wrong to trick people. I feel partially responsible since I supported quote unquote her and her stream unknowingly. So I am choosing to speak up. Anyway, here is all the information and proof I have that L9 Soraka is a catfish. So this is the original man. This is the 0EXP's Twitter. As you can see, 0 goes by he and they. Like just basically saying, hey, I'm a guy, he, they, I play League, Valorant, Overwatch, chronically online, interesting digital footprint, even more interesting now, love anime and nerd, would make sense on the VTuber side, above average gamer, debatable, and minors do not interact please, and heart for mutuals. I'm basically saying here's all their multiple points of evidence. Now, this is a little bit of League stuff. If you guys don't know about League, just kind of be like, la, 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 I kind of get it. I'll try to summarize it for you. So basically, L9 Soraka streamed with no microphone, no webcam, which is fun on their own, but it just means that there is no counter evidence to all these kind of callouts. Like say someone like, you know, we've seen like those VTuber pop-ups where like some random bald 45-year-old Asian man, or someone speaks and they're like, hey, what's up? And then they have this cutesy purple VTuber and, you know, they kind of get called out. If this one with no mic or anything, no one will ever know. So if they get, you know, get a bunch of gift subs or kind of simps, for lack of better terms, no one will ever know. So 0XP's League account is 0XP on TWT, like on Twitter. L9 Soraka's account is L9 Soraka hashtag Yuki. If you look at the first game on L9 Soraka's account, it's literally 1 hour, like first game ever, after that last on the 0XP account. 0xb has not played a single game in the last 3 weeks since the L9 Soraka account popped up and then started spamming games. It's also important to note that prior to the last 3 weeks, the 0xb account was extremely active with hundreds of games in the season and no visible breaks. Basically saying before this whole game even started, this account started, they were degening up the game. There was no breaks, playing every day, playing a bunch of games, addicted to League. I understand completely. Shout out to all the League people out there. And then as soon as they kind of had this, like, you know, new account, getting attention, trying to make this brand, they just completely dropped their old account, which makes sense. You know, they're grinding and trying to get people to watch their streams and go from there. So they actually have the same exact dates and times that were quite literally just an hour after each other. The very last time the 0 person was playing Soraka on ranked and has not played since then, you guys can see the last game was 3 weeks ago, and they peaked over at, like, you know, Diamond 3. If you guys don't know about this stuff, it's whatever. Basically, just they have not played the game in a few weeks. They played the same characters, and ever since this started getting more attention, they full-on switched to this character. Their in-game settings, this is kind of their little PNG over here. 0xb and L9 Soraka both had their trinket default to T. So basically they had their, like, unique codes in the game that is abnormal. If you want to press a certain key at a certain thing, different settings, they have the same exact vibe. You know, for items and wards and all of that, anyone who plays League knows these are very active items. And these have the very same things too as well. They also had things such as a custom League of Legends font. So basically you had to install the mod, find the mod, and do everything. Like, it's basically like if you have like a specific Minecraft shader pack, Minecraft texture pack. Yeah, other people can maybe share it, but it's like, you still have to go through a lot more effort to go and kind of go through it, you know what I mean? And this is from the same 2 accounts tonight, both utilizing this. Then they have runes. Now this is also basically like kind of nerdy. If you guys don't know League, it's like you can have your character be like a little bit stronger, a little bit more defensive, a little bit more for mana regen, a little bit more for AP, and have specific things. And this person was using a very abnormal build. This is all kind of, you know, whatever, just kind of explaining like this person was very similar. And the biggest thing, they had the same stream layout. So the big thing that they're noting is on the very top left, where they have their Spotify music, that the little picture and the name show up on the very top left. And you guys can go and see it over here from the same other person in the very same layout out here, as you guys can look. So they have their unique custom codes. They have the unique custom Spotify settings and lists where it looks exactly in the same spot. And it's just all basically proven. Okay, so it's just a lot of big stuff on this one. So now the biggest thing out here is this is the guy. This is the dude out there. You know, he even has the chain on everything. I'm telling everyone right now, I am not a catfish. I'm letting everyone know I'm not a secret VTuber. I'm not, you know, in like some Russian Discord being like, hello everyone, I am beautiful wife. Come $50,000. I come to America. That is not me. I want everyone to know this. It's like, they never know. The black on black's not helping either, but still. Anyway, they have this information where he has gotten inappropriate photos of a girl. And a burner account on Twitter claimed that he was then selling these pictures, as you know, they're faking, trying to get clout, trying to talk with other streamers, whatever, get attention. They were selling pictures of their ex-girlfriend, and then also used that same account to build that fan base with the L9 Soraka, basically using inappropriate photos, getting attention online. And then as they went and did that, they were like, hey, I also do stream. I don't use webcam or mic so far, but you know, whatever, you've gooned to me, you understand. Like, we're all cutesy wootsy, we're all fine. I love Soraka. You guys love support players, right? Like all them Mercy mains, that's me, tee-hee. Like, that's pretty much what this is. So, and they also had a chance, I believe, that woman to respond. We'll get to that in a second. But out here, they were saying this burner account is how they saw the accusations that Soraka was actually this person, the 0xb person. And that's why I decided to research it themselves. And unfortunately, it didn't go and take long, because this evidence is pretty clear. And if you play League of Legends, it's very like, it's kind of basically like someone's like streaming in the same room as me, you know what I mean? Or like the same like stream alerts pop up when someone follows. It's very, very, very like, if you play League, it's pretty damning. And they're saying that they wish they had more information, because it seems like the worst part, because they were utilizing their ex's pictures to go and get attention and viewership on a brand new Twitter account that they're basically pretending to be like a little VTuber, PNG tuber. I do know whatever pics he has posted is definitely not himself, since he posted himself and this is him, while the NSFW pics are all of women. So basically, you guys can see they have this picture over here from October 6th saying, been a while since I posted my picture online. Been working on losing weight, and after being beyond depressed for about a year in my last living situation, I've dropped 25 pounds and a half, and I already noticed the change in my face. So now they're also basically saying this could, there's a very small chance. It's not. You know, there's a very small chance it's a coincidence, but like everyone's like, hey, whatever, I'll take the L if it is because it's worth talking about. And they're kind of thinking, hey, they're catfishing. They're monetizing off these catfishes. They're trying to make money off of pretending to be his ex-girlfriend and then obviously lying to people online pretending that they're a girl, which is also weird in its own accord. This person generally made me feel super sorry for the hate they were getting, and I empathize with the misogynist comments they were getting only for them to not be a girl. Basically, they were getting hated on for being like an online girl, playing League, you know, whatever, doing all the stuff they do. And then a real woman out here was like, hey, this is not cool. Let me protect you. And after they protected them, they did more research and they found it was just a guy pretending to be online and milking people for money. So saying, so that's such. I still do not agree with the hate mobbing people online. I agree. So keep that in mind. I agree. You don't have to hate on them. They're probably getting exposed. This is already cringe as is. My wish is for everyone to be civil, even though I know this person's actions were awful. I agree. I am absolutely appalled and disgusted. And I feel awful that I was tricked and fell for it. And there are certain others are going to feel hurt too. I'm sure some people have literally given them money and they probably regret it at this day and age. But I don't want any vile things to be said about them. Same as here. I never want anyone to do anything bad. And they're saying, I'm very sorry for everyone who fell for it like I did, and my DMs are open if you want to talk about it. I have never made a Google Doc on someone before. It feels really weird to type this on out. It's also my first time doing it, but they felt like they needed to because they were promoting them and talking about them, and they don't want people falling for a fake online girl when they don't even use a microphone, etc., etc. So, yes, basically, that is the big struggle, this guy out here. Now, the one final comment on this one, if you guys have made this far, please leave a like or subscribe if you guys would like. But there also was a little bit of a follow-up, which was a little bit weird, because apparently the woman whose pictures were used reached out to her and wanted to share her story. She gave me permission to post this, so I'm assuming it's okay for me to report on this, and says anyone that would like to reach out and talk to her can add her Discord, which is this on there. But this thing, I wanted to clear something up, since a lot of misinformation is going around. At the very beginning, when my ex first started using the account L9 Soraka, around in January, I was not aware of it. Once I found out later in February, I did give permission for him to continue selling content, strictly for income and support at the time, which is a little weird, but your body, your choice, I guess, so do whatever. That permission was given knowingly and consensually. Still weird, but strange, but, you know, this is the girl. I want to be very clear, any of this inappropriate stuff that he may have said that hurt people does not represent them at all, which is weird because she's using these pictures and allowing this guy to make money off of her for God knows why, who knows, and then she's being like, whatever crazy stuff he said was not me, although they were pretending to me. This is why you just don't let people pretend to be you online. Like, what is going on here? I think they were maybe trying to be nice so they can keep a job, whatever. I don't know. At the time, they were in a relationship. I loved him and I allowed it because I wanted to support his income. I need to find a girlfriend because, like, what on earth? Like, how do these people get girlfriends and I don't? This is all jokes. I'm not really looking for anyone, but like, still, whatever. It's part of the bit. We broke up around August. After the breakup, I gave him a short and week-long deadline to continue selling content purely for income. Once the deadline passed, I cut off permission, basically being like, hey, like, we'll wrap it up. The streaming began after that, roughly a month later. Since then, we haven't spoken much, but we're still on good terms. There's no hostility. I don't know why this person's allowing this to happen. God only knows, but okay. Everything was done while I was aware of it, was faceless, and there's no damage to my identity, safety, or well-being. Okay. I do not want any photos or videos that were sold by them to be spread, leaked, or reposted in any way. I want my identity and all this stuff kept on the internet. That's strange because you're allowing someone to pretend to be you, but whatever, you do you. And what I don't appreciate is people continuing to spread information and rumors, especially from fake accounts that exist only to serve drama. Please stop amplifying the false narratives and listen to the actual facts, which is why I'm including this in the video. Although I'm judging them, but your body, your choice, your connections. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to look, but I'm not going to judge you. You know, like do what you got. Do what you got, I guess. I don't know. I want to be clear that I do not want any hostility between me and him. Everyone thinks this message is defending him. That's not the point. It's about stopping harassment and for misinformation further harm. I have worked very hard to become the person I am today, and choosing not to feel hostility is me choosing to be the bigger person. I respect that. Lastly, sorry, the video cut out over there, but basically the end of the story is this was a really weird catfishing situation that many people fell for. So I guess my one last bit of advice is always be careful on who you go and watch, especially on Twitch. A lot of VTubers, not all of them, obviously, there's a lot of good people out there and good streamers out there. There is always that small chance that someone could just be trying to use you or lie to you. It is the internet, and especially when clout and money is involved, always be careful. And of course, try your best not to go and catfish or find your random support e-girl duo. There is always a chance that they could just possibly be a man. I think it's very weird that they were using their ex's pictures to inappropriately try to catfish and make money on them. I do think these people are two kind of bad peas in a pod, but whatever, it's your body, your choice, do whatever you want, but I would just not make that choice myself. So again, let me know your thoughts and comments on the entire situation down below. Feel free to subscribe if you guys enjoyed the video itself, and we have some more, hopefully, drama come the next few days, and of course, we'll maybe take a few days off because we've made a lot of videos in the near future. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching here in the first place. Go hang out on Twitch tonight for New Year's, and I love you guys very much.